I'm Tammy Valdez, and I've been an executive for a long time, and that led me to start my own strategic consulting company called Valdez Strategic Consulting. So I loved the executive command. Using the gaming as part of the experience I thought was excellent, very interactive. It allowed people to get 100% engaged and not realize that this was an experience, that somebody was actually teaching them something.
Have you done many leadership development programs in your time?
Yes, I'm kind of a leadership development junkie. And this was a completely different league. It was not like anything else out there on the market. Experiential learning, as opposed to reading a book, hearing some ideas and philosophies, and then hoping you remember. I've heard that people only remember 5% of what they're taught from a presentation, but when you actually experience it, that number gets up into the 60s and 70s. So millennials are, each generation has their own quirks, and in my opinion, with millennials, they like things fast. They like to have their input taken. So the gaming really lends itself to that millennial personality. One, it's gaming, which they've grown up with gaming, unlike some of the rest of us who played board games and stuff. But in addition to that gaming, it forces them to come up with a strategy. So it's not a little game where you jump over things. It is a game that you have to strategize and out-strategize your competition. And that just aligns perfectly with this millennial generation. So I believe that going through this program could have a life-changing effect for millennials. Absolutely, this program will give any millennial a competitive advantage, and for the reasons that they understand, because they've experienced what happens to themselves under pressure. Many of us don't find that out until we're in the pressure seat. And so to know, oh, I tend to get over-detailed if I get stressed out, or I yell at people if I get stressed out. If you know that's coming, you can actually work to to self-discipline yourself. So they learn about how they react under pressure. They also learn about how other people react under pressure, which gives them actually a little bit of grace to not freak out when somebody's all of a sudden turning into somebody they're not used to. They realize, oh, that's because they're feeling pressure. What can I do to remove that pressure? How can I help make the total program a success, as opposed to worrying about what's going on between me and this individual, is really worrying about the big picture instead. Going through this program and putting my team through this program showed me was one of the most important things as a leader is to remove obstacles so that each person can be successful. I like to say I take the obstacles out of the runway so they can take off and fly. And this program actually helped me see that each personality type flies in a slightly different manner, and so the obstacles that need to be removed for each person are different. So one person's obstacles may be how to deal with frustrating colleagues, whereas somebody else's obstacle may be they're a perfectionist and they have to get it right, which slows them down, which puts them at a disadvantage against their peers. So it actually helped me know how to coach them better. So with the executive command, it really taught me, and I think it teaches the participants, that while you're worried about the specific details of your plan, you can't lose sight of the bigger picture. And the gaming makes that real, because out of the shadows can come a whole army of people that you never saw coming. And I liken that to business, where IBM never thought Microsoft was going to be a threat, because they were in totally different leagues, how quickly things can change. So I believe that going through executive command helps you to refine yourself and refine how you work with people, and ultimately how you achieve the bigger picture.